I'll go by Guns N' Roses.
Now it's live. I'm not playing Welcome to the Jungle.
Do you want us to get copyright striked?
Welcome to the
I don't think it would be a
Welcome back.
copyright strike. I think they would just mute the VOD.
Yeah,
Brian,
that's the
you
problem.
here?
The VOD is important.
Hi, I'm back.
Hello. Okay,
Welcome.
you're working.
We are now live.
Okay.
Hooray!
I'm just posting in places and getting things ready. I have to mute that second tab. Gosh. Excuse me. Whew. Who's excited?
I do love whoever's computer is going whoop in the background.
Hi, that's me.
It's very fun.
Okay, let's get some music going, shall we? I have like
And that's
20
it.
different things prepared. I would like to note that Riona
one of
Farley
them-
would like to be referred to as Riona Farley.
Got
I
it.
wasn't gonna push it.
Well, you told me, so I'm pushing
I
it.
meant to mention it before we went live, but you were literally going live as I remembered, so I went, well.
I mean,
figure it
Aiden,
out.
to be fair, I would have loved to just be referred to as Dammy, but I've been referred to Brian for so long, it is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit anymore.
That is basically how I do my pronouns these days.
Yeah.
Whatever you call me, you call me.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be better for people.
Pronouns, whatever you use for yourself.
What
a power move.
Thank you.
does anybody want to be called something while I'm streaming the thing?
No, you're fine.
Oh,
I
Call me
accept-
king.
I
okay.
mean,
I'm
You
fine
don't
with
accept
Duke.
Your
basically
Highness is gender neutral.
At this
I'm-
point, I accept any pronouns except for male pronouns.
I'm not
Duke,
doing that.
say them.
Aiden.
Yes.
Kelsey hates the male gender.
I don't see
Game time.
myself as male.
I know. I was making a joke.
No, I
joke.
see you. I see your
It's
sassiness.
Juice time.
Yeah, it's juice time.
Fuck you,
so
juice
better
time.
Be ready with that fight
Fight
money.
money juice time, bitch.
Woo!
Look,
Okay.
we are getting
Juice
all of our
time.
fight money specifically from Duke's character.
All right, let's get some things going, shall
What
we?
is that?
Who's who?
I'm on the right. I'm on the right screen and everything.
On a left screen.
Greetings, friends and loved ones. We gather here today to once again
That's loud. Hold on.
open
That's
the
fair. That is loud.
dusty,
Holy shit.
time-worn doors of Vance's Talking Crypt. Entombed here, we find the Sleight of Hand Society. Riona Farley playing Sensha Hophauser.
Crap, am I dead already?
Kelsey
Are
playing
we moving
Steeple.
on, or am I...
Hopefully she'll keep out of trouble, but that's what I'm here for.
Brian playing Nim Zardin.
Where is Nana and Silva? I don't see them anywhere.
Ghost the Monarch playing Haven Dear.
Hi, I'm Haven. Siegel told me about this adventure with a flyer.
Duke playing Brodenheim.
The death curse means nothing. I'm too angry to die.
And Pupper
I
Elsa
love this.
playing Reiko.
Blessings of the sun be upon you.
Though they may be entombed here, their tales of high adventure begin in Tomb of Annihilation, and adventure by Wizards of the Coast. Our story begins in Baldur's Gate, a city of secrets and dangers, thieves and murderers, lords and nobles. Nim Zardin, though currently living in the city, is not a Baldurian native. He stays in the Temple of the Moon, where the High Priest there has received a letter of requested service. The temple has fallen on hard times, so the High Priest approaches the only other individual he can send on this errand. Nim Zardin, the Nightborn Drow cleric, staying under his roof. As Nim leaves for the address on the letter, some of the priestesses of the temple sneer at him while he's not looking. They may worship the same moon, but those at the temple see the Drow as strange for calling the moon a name they don't recognize. All the same, he hears the moon's reply in the same two voices. In a tavern in the lower city, the second-to-last patron of a small alley establishment hits the floor. The last one, a squat and sweaty dwarf, picks up a few coins dropped on the floor during the brawl and slaps them on the counter. When Brodenheim, winner of the latest brawl, gets his drink, however, he finds a red envelope slipped underneath it. There's a promise of challenge and good work to the strongest fighter the bartender knows, and this stout dwarf fits the bill perfectly. In the marketplace, Dalen Daggerheart has decided it's time for lunch. Being a delinquent, this thug has decided that paying for his meal is off the table. Just as he's got his foot up on a fruit stand and reaching out to take the merchant by the collar, a hand shoots out and grips his wrist. Dalen hardly gets time to look at the fool who stopped him before another hand jams into his side. Then the world vanishes and his eyes can't find where he's gone until he's on the ground. Standing over the criminal is a monk from a distant land. Reiko has been traveling for quite some time, stopping the occasional thief here and there. Ever since arriving in Baldur's Gate, however, her work has been cut out for her. At least one every 2 days. This city is full of criminals, and every last one that she meets gets a quick taste of her fists. A gentle voice speaks up by her side as a thin, old gentleman holds out a red envelope to her. It is hardly a minute or two later that the guards arrive, and the monk and butler depart together. If Steeple had muscles, they would be screaming. If Steeple had lungs, they would be burning. If Steeple could sweat, he would be slick and damp all over. Instead, the machine finally slows down when he catches up with the carriage that he's been following since Candlekeep. Out of the carriage steps Sencha Hophauser, the young bard that Steeple has been tasked with protecting. Earlier that week, Sencha found a red envelope slipped into a book, and since reading its contents has been preparing transportation to the address it came from. At long last, they both arrive, and hopefully not a second too late. Nim and Brodenheim soon arrive as well through their own methods. The now party of 4 stand outside a large manor house, half covered in ivy. The sky has been a dull gray all day, and the first drops of a light drizzle are already starting to fall. The large yard stands between them and the house, with a dry, cracked fountain fixture slowly growing damp in the starting rain. Out from an archway leading to the garden, they can see a monk and a thin butler approaching the front doors. Having been fending for himself for quite a while, Haven is used to sleeping in trees. The tree he snuck into the night before stands on the lawn of a very nice, if foreboding, manor. The birds told him of this house, and here he stayed. Now, as the 4 adventurers pass by on their way to become 5, Haven slips stealthily from the tree and joins their number. He's sure they are here for the same reason he is, to investigate the so-called death curse plaguing the land. The now 5 adventurers join with the 6th at the door, and the butler quietly opens the door for them. I'm done with my intro.
Holy-
I was like,
Oh,
where is
sorry,
it?
I was replying, ghost. I was trying to post in text.
That was very good.
Yeah, Nim
Yeah.
is
Come
being
along
absolutely...
inside, Woodall.
Oh, sorry.
Nim is...
Oh, okay. Nim is absolutely timid and afraid of every single one of these people. He doesn't know. He doesn't know how, like, not afraid, but what the heck's the term? He's nervous. He doesn't know what to do. He's quiet.
Intimidated?
Intimidated is the word. He's intimidated.
I will assure you, the butler does not look like this.
I should hope not.
Oh, heck no.
No, definitely
That
not.
would be weird.
Steeple, meanwhile, is gonna take his place at Sench's side and gently scold her for taking off so quickly, and also for not thinking of getting a carriage that would house the both of them. She has to remember how large he is and how heavy. But other than that, he's just going to give a polite nod to everybody else and a small grunt. He's not really keen on introducing himself to everybody else.
Well, Sencha left without you.
Mhm.
I can imagine
Yeah.
she's quite a bit. I can imagine she's quite a bit excited for this whole thing.
How tall is Brodenheim, by the way?
I have on the character sheet 5 foot, but I could go like 4. 4 foot, 200 pounds, sure.
Crap, I forgot to give a height and weight to my fucking...
Let's go
Did
4
I?
foot.
Go for okay. So I mean, if he's 4 foot, then
He's not big.
yeah, he's not big, but he's buff, right?
He's dense. He's 200 pounds.
Yeah. So Nim is still intimidated by the short man.
Height and weight pending for Steeple, but I will say let's estimate that Steeple's about 8 feet.
Warforged stand between 6 and 7 feet and can weigh up to 450 pounds.
I mean that's the
Christ.
average, but like theoretically you could make a Warforged about any size if you really think about it.
True.
Anyway, so
Sounded like an
How tall is
NPC said something to us.
Yes, the butler is standing patiently at the door.
okay.
Then she's
Nim
going
is
inside.
just Nim is
He's
not
been invited
is
in.
gonna wait until everyone else goes inside.
Well, if-
Franco is going to go up and bow in a more traditional Japanese-style greeting, and ask for permission to enter. Since this seems to be what he has guided us here for.
After all of you,
He steps in.
Well, if we couldn't go in, he wouldn't have opened the door for us.
Yeah, Brodenheim's not letting go of the axe, not putting it away.
Allow me to go in before you.
It's
Stay
more for
Theory
the
said Sencha went inside.
I don't know why some of these tokens aren't displaying health bars. I don't
Some of
understand
them
it.
aren't displaying names.
And Steeple follows close behind.
Brodenheim enters
that's
shortly
your-
thereafter.
And after everyone goes in, Nim like awkwardly bows
Brings up the rear.
and says, "Thank you for letting us in." And then he just goes in.
This is definitely gonna be a party.
Dark in here.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, party!
The rain starts falling harder outside as you all step into a dim, opulent home. There's a chandelier overhead and 2 large staircases heading to the 2nd floor, which the butler leads you up, and then up to a 3rd floor.
Steeple is probably futilely trying to keep Sencha close by.
Finally, he opens a door to a wood-paneled room with a fireplace, comfortable chairs, and a heavy table bearing goblets and bottles of wine. The darkly paneled walls are hung with maps and sea charts. Racks, shelves, and cabinets hold hundreds more rolled-up maps and charts. A person is seated in an overstuffed chair near the fire. You can't discern a gender, because only the person's head emerges from under a heavy blanket draped over the chair, and an embroidered hood and silver mask. And an embroidered hood and a silver mask conceal the wearer's face. Even the person's dry, raspy voice provides no clue. Help yourself to wine.
It is no longer.
And seat yourselves, friends. I hope I may call you that.
It is no longer difficult to keep Sencha nearby, as she is studying all the maps and such on the wall.
They are various different places, though though half of them are unlabeled.
The huff that Steeple lets out could be interpreted as either as exasperated, though those who know him better will know that it's a bit fond, considering how long he's known Sencha. When you're done looking at those, you might want to come and have a seat.
It may be hours at this. This is great.
We may not have ours, though if our host allows us to come
Indeed.
back. If our host allows us to come back, then maybe you can look at them some more. Come now, Sencha.
Nim is already seated, and he is kind of holding on to his holy symbol. Just, I don't know, because he's a little nervous. And
Sencha.
Oh, fine.
He makes sure that Sencha is sitting next to him.
As soon as she's sitting down, she picks up the bottles of wine to start studying the labels. I think Dad would like to get his hands on a couple of these bottles.
My name is Sindra Sylvain. And I'm in the middle of a problem. You may have yet heard of the death curse. You cleric most of all.
yeah.
There are people who have been raised from the dead who are wasting away.
Yes.
I was an adventurer years ago. I died once and was raised from the dead. I have since closed the door on that stage of my life. But the death curse you've heard about has struck me. I don't know how much longer I'll last before I perish. Clerics have no help to offer. They're stymied by what is happening. My contacts in the Harpers have learned that the cause of the death curse is a necromantic artifact called the Soulmonger. According to their sources, the Soulmonger is somewhere in Chult. Chult.
So when do we leave?
Sencha.
When do we leave?
I'm getting
Right.
there.
It'd be good to continue hearing him out. The more details we have, the safer we'll be.
Chult is a
Quick question.
Yes.
Quick question for the DM.
Yeah.
Looking around at this ragtag bunch,
Yeah.
given that I know my own strength and I know what strength looks like, are they a bunch of weenies? Are they gonna need a bodyguard?
am-
None of them look particularly strong necessarily.
Look at the 8-foot-tall steeple who is a fighter with a soldier background and say that again.
Though it's hard to tell when it comes to robots. And there's a foreigner here that looks very rigid.
Okay. Good enough for me. You kids are gonna need a babysitter.
I already have Uncle Teeple.
Yes, you have Uncle Teeple.
That's all. That's all I needed to know. Continue.
Okay.
Chult is a peninsula, ringed with mountains and choked with rainforests. Enormous reptiles, hostile goblins, and an army of undead prowl its jungles and ruins. Mapping the place has always been nigh impossible, and nothing is known about the region's current geography beyond a few miles from the coast.
Would you happen to have those maps from the coast?
That would be very nice to know. I'm not really of this land.
You've got a lot of them here.
She reaches a hand out, and you notice that it's not a healthy looking hand. Like, the skin is pockmarked everywhere. Like her skin has been falling apart.
It's interesting that coming back from the dead, and then later you're struck with a curse because you once died. That's interesting.
She waves a hand to her butler, who then comes in and clears away the glasses and wine before she puts down her hand on the table and quickly pulls away the tablecloth.
Blankness! Oh,
It's
God.
loading. It's loading? There's a lot.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's loaded for me. Wow.
There is a map laid out on the table under the tablecloth.
That's awesome.
Look at all the blank, all that Uncharted.
I would like to
Man.
mention, with an example, these move.
Tomb of Annihilation, my ass. This is continent
wow.
Annihilation.
Annihilation Nation, yeah.
These are all individual tokens on the map.
Jesus Christ.
No wonder.
So
How
as
long
you
did this take you?
it didn't take me any time at all, because I bought it from Roll20. It's
Yeah,
their
it's
work,
Annihilation,
not mine.
everybody.
Good call.
We get to be geographers. Hooray!
I wish
just
I had stuck
gonna-
with my original plan and
Cartographers.
gotten cartography tools.
Cartographer, sorry, bleh.
I got
You got
Don't
it?
worry, the map will update as you go. I'm not gonna leave you all in the dark just because nobody knows how to draw a dang map.
Thank goodness.
Oh, so it would be fine.
It's
We
clear
have
that
a
another
number
thing
of
that-
people.
It's clear that another thing that Ghost is obsessed with is the Wanderer feat. Background, whatever.
equals 10 miles. Woo!
Working from dozens of sea charts, logbooks, and explorers' journals, I assembled everything known about the current state of Chult into one map. I'll provide it to you if you undertake my mission. When you're ready to depart, I will teleport us all to Port Nyanzaru, the only major settlement in Chult. I've been there several times before, so there's little chance of mishap. Once there, I'll stay with a friend named Wakanga Otamu. He's one of the 7 merchant princes who rule the city.
Steeple is. Well, he's thinking about it. On one hand, this is uncharted territory, and uncharted territory is dangerous. He would know.
Why is
He's-
Tear Sabal on the map?
He's
yeah.
gunnins. And-
Nim? Yeah, sorry.
Reiko
and-
will immediately agree.
he doesn't want to risk, well, Sencha in unknown territory. But on the other hand, there will be natives that can probably help with figuring out the land. And this death curse, he does know some people that have been revived, and if they're wasting away, he's not.
And on the third extra hand, Sencha already has, like, absolutely, I'd do it for free, but you're giving us the map too? This is excellent.
Yes.
Can I
Yeah,
keep it
Brodenheim's
afterwards?
in.
Yeah.
Unlikely to be
He's
followed
probably
there.
gonna get dragged along. Oh, he's probably gonna get dragged along anyway, because it is very hard to wrangle in Sencha when she gets her mind set on something.
Don't worry about putting a marker down for where the party is. I have one of those.
Anyway, the rest of you can
I
go.
was
I'm
more
sorry.
doing hey, this is where we've been markings.
Yep, I understand.
Anyway, the rest of you can go. Sorry.
Yeah. Nim, while a bit reluctantly, he knows that he doesn't necessarily have a choice. He has to do this because it's what he was sent here to do. It is a duty that he has to fulfill.
Brodenheim's willing to go if only because, well, the nobles are less likely to follow.
Yeah. Also, Kobold Mountains!
Kobold
Hello?
Mountains!
Kobold Mountain?
The jungle of death is safer than living around the nobility.
Yikes.
Kobold Mountains. We're gonna meet thousands of Kelseys.
Land of ash and
That's
smoke.
okay.
I wonder what's
Thinking
there.
Kitcher's Inlet. I keep thinking Kitcher's Inlet says Kitchen's Inlet. I'm like, where's the food? What's the food doing?
Anyway, what's
So-
the food doing?
Reiko will
If it
ask
should-
if
Yes.
yeah, Reiko will ask if we help you. That means we end the curse for everyone.
That is what I'm hoping, yes. Should it, I suppose, bolster your reserves, I am prepared to offer a rare or at least an uncommon magical item delivered upon the successful completion of your quest. But I also suspect that you will find enough treasure in Chult to make you as rich as kings.
When do we leave?
Reiko will gesture to
Oh,
that
wait.
person when they ask
Is
that
there a
question.
key to
Yeah.
this map?
Yeah, Brodenheim's
In
doing
character.
most of the same.
Yeah, in character, Sencha goes, wait, is there a key to this map? I noticed these little orange places. What are those?
Sorry, I'm looking about that. I don't remember what she could tell you about the map. No, that's stuff that's there.
Vance, you're supposed to be the
I'm
DM.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff. I basically showed up at the table with two armfuls of stuff and slammed them down on the table. You don't think I've dropped a couple on the way by?
You know, at the very least, it has a rose compass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Look, most of the maps, if not all of the maps in this dang adventure, have compass roses. Oh, but
least
if you
that's
take a closer look at the compass rose,
It's south up.
no, there's something
No,
in
it's
the
a
middle
dagger.
of it.
It's
not a dagger.
Oh, it's the fucking face.
Oh, hey, that's
It's the
nice.
face. That's
Wait, what?
cheerful.
It's the
What was
one-
the question?
It's a face.
When do we leave?
Oh,
Besides, when did we leave? There was a question about the map.
if it has a key to it.
Yeah, what are
That's what
these
the orange
orange
faces.
bits?
I don't know much more than what's on the map. I apologize.
It might be terrain.
I'll have to go there and find out.
Yeah.
Haven makes a wild guess and says, "I think that might be danger." growing and weakening danger.
Oh.
Ain't your
Okay.
schmanger. It'll be fine.
Oh, it's a crapology map.
There
Got
is
it.
A
Skull
skull.
and crossbones.
skull and crossbones right there.
Basically signifying,
that's
hey,
not
you'll
another-
die here.
That's not another mine?
Nope,
Uh,
skull and crossbones as opposed to, like, the mining symbol.
She does roll up the map and hands it to Sensha
It's a pick and hoe.
before gesturing to her butler again, who steps close. With a hand waving over the table, decorated with a compass rose, the world around you all begins to blur.
Fucking hate magic.
The darkness gives way to lighter colors, and the air fills with the salted scent of the sea.
Smells like home.
That's very loud.
I'm sorry, most of the music is loud. I haven't
Did
touched
you
it
pull
up
this
yet.
from RuneScape?
I
Nope.
would enjoy it. I would enjoy it if Port Nyanzaru was like a tabaxi settlement.
You appear in a tropical city under the blazing sun. The familiar sounds of a harbor, creaking ropes, slapping waves, heavy barrels rolling across cobblestones, mingle with voices shouting and cursing in an unfamiliar language filled with clicks, inhalations, and sing-songy words that make it sound almost musical. The aroma of unfamiliar spices and tropical fruits mixes with the wharf-side smells of fish, tar, and canvas. Beyond
Nim-
that,
I'm sorry.
hold on. Beyond that, Port Nyanzaru is an explosion of color. Buildings are painted in bright shades of blue, green, orange, and salmon pink. Or their walls are adorned with murals portraying giant reptiles and mythical heroes. Every building sports baskets and clay urns of colorful flowers or is draped in leafy flowering vines. Minstrels in bright clothing adorned with feathers and shells perform on street corners. Multicolored pennants and sun awnings flutter atop the city walls. A crowd of children dressed in feathered hats and capes races past you, squealing in delighted terror as a street performer costumed as a big-toothed lizard stomps and roars behind them. The whole city seems to be bustling, sweating, laughing, swearing, and singing.
Nim is fucking blinded by the sensory overload of the sun and the bright colors, and is like, "Help! Can't see! Help!"
Welcome to Port Nyanzaru.
Yeah, Steve does grab her
Okay,
collar.
so
this
where
is
exactly
big
do we appear?
map.
You
But also,
are here.
where?
Or where?
Ping,
Oh
please.
god, we
shift
can move
click?
that.
A ping, please.
I'm
Oh,
working on it.
there, all the way down there.
Okay, cool.
Holy fucking Christ! You were not kidding. This map is huge.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
it, which is why I asked for a ping to direct us to where we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
If
DM.
you locate, tell you what,
There's a party token.
there is a
Yep.
party
Yeah.
token.
If you hold shift and click add
Oh,
the
oh,
DM,
It's because
can-
it's
Yeah.
because I'm pinging on the wrong window.
oh, you gotta ping on the right one too.
I'm
happens.
sorry. Focus ping. There we go.
Hey.
Yes, thank you,
Everybody's
finally.
up here.
So I have a question.
Yes.
With my traveler's clothes, I could have one of those reed hats, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take